So at what age did you decide to start writing songs yourself?
Probably soon after I started to play guitar, 16, 17.
So do you feel like the guitar led you to think, like it opened up the pathways for you to think, okay, now I can write songs?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I grew up having a dad that told me that, like, if you could fix something, you can do it yourself. And so that sort of mentality rubbed off into music as well, I think.
Yeah, I'm just pondering that. That kind of, yeah, that is a really good philosophy to grow up with. So does it mean that there are other things that you've done yourself, perhaps music related? Like, do you repair your own instruments, for example?
Yes, I do all my musical, well, sorry, no, that's a bit on my electric guitars. I do all the setups, I do all the string changes, all that sort of stuff. I'm not a luthier, so I wouldn't do acoustic work, but yeah, I do bits and pieces, soldering work for other people and that sort of thing as well.
And are either of your parents musical?
Not particularly, no, they love music, but they've never done other things than sing in church, really.
Yeah. So as you came through school and you've been doing some performing, once you left school, do you think, yeah, maybe I can do this? Or was it more just that, like, you left school, you did other things, and then you thought you'd commit yourself to music?
I was a bit of both. I think I was a bit too nervous to fully commit and be like, yes, this is exactly what I want to do. But I did voice for a year in one university and guitar for a year in another one, and nothing seemed to click exactly that this is what I should be doing. And it didn't feel like I had the steps to get to where I wanted to be personally. So it's always been a massive part of my life.
So in pursuing that study, did you feel like you needed to have those qualifications, or it was more just there was the opportunity to develop the skills?
Yes, I didn't really have anybody in the music field as a mentor. So it was just sort of, okay, how do I find these steps to get to where I want to go? And most people would just suggest having a piece of paper behind you would make that difference.
Yeah, right. And have you found some mentors along the way?
Yes, definitely.
Are they within folk music, country music, pop music, or just generally musical?
Um, I mean, there's been a few, like Jason, I would call a mentor now, Jason Resch, formerly of Darlinghurst. But yeah, the bits and pieces of everywhere. There's a blues guitarist at the Basin that I really look up to.
So Jason produced Up Jump the River, and we will get to how you know him, but I am going to ask you how you came to write the song. So what inspired it?
Sure. It's one of those ones that lyric just sort of came out. It was something that, I mumble along and then write certain bits, and then the whole song stemmed around Up Jump the River. I can't even really tell you where that particular idea came from, but it really struck a chord with me, being a situation in my life where a few things hadn't gone the way I expected them to go, let's say that. And I realized that I wouldn't change it, that I just wanted to go with the flow a little bit more and let life's, the journey of life instead of the destination be the important part.
Yeah, because there is a line in it, let it flow. And I was going to ask you if it was something you applied in your own life, but it sounds like you do. Or is it something more that you have to keep reminding yourself of?
I would say it's the reminder, to be honest, that not to try and control as much, just, this is just how it's going to be and let it go.
I suppose that also applies to being a musician, because there are so many elements you can't control, like the state of the live scene. The pandemic obviously had an impact on musicians.
Hmm.
So do you feel it's even more of a commitment you need to make for your creative work?
Definitely. It's even how your songs are received and that sort of thing. You can't control how people hear your songs or, yeah, how it's seen. So yes, it's a commitment that I try to make in a creative aspect as well.